Okay, then. So this is Dehumanizers number 4. I'm Anna.
I'm Conrad Guy.
We are a very opinionated tech show for founders, by founders, us. And we are speaking to those who have operations in the US or want to have operations in the US and also in R&D or headquarters somewhere in Europe, UK or European Union. All right then, so
Nice to
let's
see
get
you. And today we'll be covering like a couple of news. We changed the formula a little bit. So we took the most news that are popular and we will not be covering them. Just saying which ones are not news in our opinion. And we've selected the ones that are actually actionable for us and maybe for you as well.
yeah, all right then. So let's go after the news. The first one, Mira Murati was interviewed by Bloomberg, and she is the founder of Thinking Machines Lab. They are making the interaction models. I'm actually really interested in these ones because I asked Conrad if we should invite over AI as a co-host or facilitator.
Yeah, but we are not yet there. I mean, we're using AI every day for agenda creation, summarization of the meetings, but we cannot actually invite AI coworker to brainstorm with us, actively work with us during the meetings or during the live work.
I feel like actually, I'm on it. I really think that with Claude Code, we could create something that is sort of working together, but with a delay, because we can feed it the transcript of the conversation, even if it's not an interaction model like the thinking machines ones, but it could probably participate in some way. Maybe not in a podcast, but in a meeting, that could be nice.
I mean, in turn taking mode, maybe it would take 10 minutes of processing, but that's exactly not what they are after. I mean, all of the Anthropic Claude mainstream models are turn taking, so you type thing, and then there is an answer. You can have the agent in the background that operate on its own, but what they are proposing, and their first product will be an artificial intelligence that every 20 milliseconds updates the knowledge, so it feeds itself with the text, image, and video, exactly what humans do when while interacting, you know. I can see you, Anna, nodding a little bit, and that's real human-like interaction, so this model will be updating its state every 200 milliseconds, and I believe it might be a way to go towards the she's saying AGI maybe in this Bloomberg interview. I love this interview because she came out after I think over a year in a cave with her team. I mean they since she left OpenAI, all this Sam Altman drama when she took over the CEO position for some time after being CTO for a while. Now she's revealing what she's already doing. I mean she gathered like $2 billion to do it, and I loved their way of presenting, their approach to how she's running the team, the people, how to think about responsible AI as well, and
Yeah,
also
but
the
there's a
tech.
flip side probably to this one, even if it's really inspiring, but she lost few co-founders to OpenAI, and that's when she probably had to, come out of the cave and tell us what's happening. Because the race is crazy. Like Anthropic is running so fast, like no one else.
Yeah, maybe she, because the other news was that she's losing the co-founders, researchers, the talent war kind of, but she's explicitly referring to kind of talent war, um, because a few of them left to Microsoft OpenAI for, as they say, 8 figures or 9 figures salaries, like huge amount of yearly payments they would receive for that. It's very constrained talent pool, so and that's why there are two resources that are they're fighting for the computing power and the talent power.
Yeah, sure. What will you do? So, actually, this is great news because it's a different approach to current AI. It's not just chat box or something. And actually, in Anthropic last week, Anthropic offered to freeze AI because it's running too fast and it's improving itself and can sort of create and build itself on its own. What do you think about this one? Are we stopping now?
I mean, uh, I mean, this one is like the one we will not show because it's like it's the non-news as you said. I mean that's your fault, but I do agree as well that they do this for marketing reasons, right?
Probably. We don't know yet what part is marketing. Maybe they also don't know. Probably they, if they could, they would stop for the sake of ethics or human being, I don't know, well-being or something. But they cannot because their evaluation is so high, they just
They
have to run
wouldn't
so fast.
stop, and what does it even mean? Don't train models, or what Mira is doing? Don't invent new frameworks. I mean,
To introduce regulation, what is meant is normally to introduce more checkup and safety guards.
that's also what Mira is talking in this interview. Checks
Okay.
and balances, like which is using the exact words from American constitutions, like let's have
Mm.
checks and balances for
Yes,
AI.
yes. Yeah,
Something that
that's
they
that's maybe actually really reasonable, but we are not really reasonable in tech because we got to run fast and increase valuation all the time. Okay,
yeah, but
then.
you in this like war or competition of big names. They're
Mm-hmm.
looking for Mira Murati. After watching this interview, I
Yeah.
kind of feel that we would need such. And she's also telling about that what decides actually the future of AI is a bunch of people
Yes.
and the character of those people, the values they represent. That's like politicians. We got to select the right leaders. And fun fact, we are not electing them. They are becoming the leaders of trillion-dollar entities, like
Yeah.
additional small country of Anthropic, with its own constitution, values, leaders,
Mm-hmm.
and we are not electing them.
Yeah, we are not. Well, we'll see about that. What happens? Actually, it's all about access to, money, funding. Because when you're a CTO of OpenAI, you can really raise funds fast and huge funds and have a huge valuation right away when it's not ready yet. So, yeah, that's the reality of it. And let's move on to the next topic about founder economy. And founder economy is the notion that is sort of promoted by Ash Moria. He wrote a book, Running Lean, like 15 years ago, even 16 years ago. And now he created this AI native playbook, meaning that before you had much more time to validate and stuff. But now, when you can build really fast and it's no waste, right? You need to adapt and validate it differently and be the judge, learn to be the judge and use AI to be the critic, to help you sort of find the right type of judgment.
Yeah, definitely, these are the guys from Lincoln. When I learned that they did something about AI, and I recently downloaded this PDF and check it out. I mean, that's something that I would definitely teach students. I was even like when I was running course when AI started to be a thing a year or 2 years ago when I was running the course how to make a startup. I asked the students to use ChatGPT to evaluate their business model. And it's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you're saying, right? For AI to be the critic and the advisor of your world, right?
Yeah, right. Although I still think we can sort of set it up on our own, but with this product by Ash, it is set up by Ash, who is the author of the model. And of course, I guess it is definitely a better judge because the context that he fed into it is a little different from what I feed or what someone else is feeding. So using these products makes a lot of sense because this is actually about productizing expertise with AI. And it's really cool that people like Ash are doing it. We can benefit, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I wonder how, like, because in Poland there is this culture of coaches of business and governmental support programs that explain to you all the link canvas, etc. I wonder how quickly they will adapt. They and will they adapt? Um, yeah, but
I think it's a part of any accelerator these days, like creating a lean canvas. Not these days, but for a decade at least, everyone's doing it. So probably they should, but I feel like these days we are on our own. And what Ash is saying is that these days this founder economy is about 100x founder because AI is sort of augmenting all of us and anyone can
yeah,
be a founder. That it's basically maybe not so true because not anyone can be, a good entrepreneur, right? Run fast.
I mean they gotta be if they wanna be entrepreneur now. Who's the ones who will not like um, mindful using AI, so either underusing it or overusing it. Overusing would cause your workers to rely on it too much and your credits to run out very
Mm.
quickly. So it's a neat balance to make it work efficiently, right?
Yeah, always.
So
It's always about
I'm happy.
balance.
Yeah, I'm happy to test this. I mean, I'm happy to test, and they have their own MCP as well.
Yes, they
And
do.
we're,
They do. I think that it's a part of a subscription to the platform. It has few credits and it also has this program that provides discounts to other regions, and Poland is in the 40% discount region. I just received it some time ago. Like many African countries are in the 60% higher discount, and Poland is in 40%. This
that's funny
equity
though.
thing.
Yeah, because I'm always, when I'm promoting point, I'm saying we are the biggest economy. When I ask for discount, I'm saying we're third world country.
Okay, that's smart. Um, I actually like this idea that Poland is really growing very, very fast. But this, capital, this heritage capital that exists in the US and in UK, especially in UK, in sort of older established companies, tier one countries like France and stuff, right? It's non-existent in Poland because lots of it was destroyed during World War the Second, and yeah, it's lots of rebuilding, but the growth is truly hilarious. So
I
yeah.
mean, we got to bring some capital here with our new startups, with our connections with the other continents. Yeah,
Yeah, sure, sure. All right, then. So, next topic is Perplexity. Created the open source Bumblebee, and the Bumblebee is actually checking risky packages like editor extensions. And as you develop with AI, there's lots of security issues and questions at hand, especially when you are a vibe coder, not a real developer. Sorry about that. Maybe it doesn't like really good, but doesn't sound really good. But anyways, it helps you to check all the tools and configurations. And Perplexity is investing in the community development. So I think it's a really cool feature because Claude Code
interesting.
already have
Yeah,
this one, but it's paid one, and you got to spend lots of tokens on security check as well.
yeah. Fun fact is translated into Polish for me, and there is no
Oh,
button. So no button for English, but that's something on the side of Perplexity. They should give me the button, right, to open it in English.
okay.
Um,
So it's translated. It's translated in Polish right away.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
fun.
weird. Mine is in English. Okay. Oh, it
Oh,
depends on your browser language. Absolutely. It just
probably,
takes your device setup or browser setup. So
probably.
yeah, sorry for that. Sorry for knowing English. But anyways, the whole idea, you can maybe scroll down to the image out there because it's not translating the image. Thank God. So yeah, that's basically a safety pipeline that they are offering, and we can start using because AI is getting on this revenue side. Labs start making money, becoming profitable. Some say that it's never happening, but anyways, they try, and Anthropic already is. But of course, this is due to token maximizing and the fact that all the companies are playing around, trying it out. I guess all of us maybe have seen this news of 500,000 K for tokens for an American company that did not set up the limit, so people just
Yeah,
burn it
yeah, yeah.
out. Just
I also heard
asking,
stories.
yeah, like asking, what's the weather like? I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
It's also
And
not a
using
use
them more
case.
is complicated. I mean, I was there as there too. I mean, asking super simple question and using the most advanced Claude 4.8 for
Hmm.
that. If adaptive thinking, it was creating the dedicated HTML file with the weather forecast. It was not weather, but similar things. And do you know it's gonna be useful this Bumblebee thing for me as a founder?
Well, it should be if you set it up inside of your system, probably yes. But it just requires, as anything open source, it requires lots of time to set it up. That's why this idea of open clause for everyone um, did not really, sort of implemented. Many people are and were, especially were, really excited, but it still required lots of setup, especially secure setup. And some say, like cybersecurity engineers say that it's impossible to set it up securely, completely securely. But anyways, it takes time, and anything open source, like we discussed, I guess, last time, or maybe some time ago, that the recommendation for startups now is to, burn API and not try to change your infrastructure every 3 months. But it depends. It totally depends on what's happening, what's your
I mean,
product about.
on the other hand, I mean, I would say that the team should be able to adapt every 3 months. Just give a dedicated person and process that. Okay, now we're switching. We have us because there might be better model. We want to operate like maybe 20% faster. I know I'm saying now it's a kind of executive level that we should optimize it, but you got to. I mean, I don't want to spend like 5 hours on my work if I can do 4 or 3 or
Yeah,
like
that's
do
true.
it better.
The sort of main advice is to test out new ones all the time, but not to jump into this one if it's not your business. I mean, obviously, if your product is not in business of models and switching between them, then that's not your focus.
I really love the advice Tomek Garvatka gave us during InfoShare that he's spending 1 day every 3 months and it's dedicated especially for ADHD people that they're looking for many different things all the
Yeah.
time
Okay.
and you spend like one full day, like 14 hours of working, setting up the environment, what's recent in the last 3 months, and then you just work for the next 3 months, not looking at the new device, new developments, but then you have this specified time to update your setup, right?
Yeah, right. That sounds really reasonable. If there's no case, like you said, like what if it's like 30% more efficient and you are not
Yeah,
using it for three
yeah,
months?
that's okay. I mean, you got to decide. I mean, 3 month cadence now in the recent development, in my opinion, is a good recommendation. To update your AI stack every 3 months and align in the team, in yourself, in your computer, all the tools.
Yeah, I guess it's all a matter of your business model and ROI that is mostly non-existent for current AI, but it still might be the case of .com or I don't know, railway, like 130 or 150 years ago, because the infrastructure appears and the first investors and people are not really benefiting, but next generations, everyone has the infrastructure. So yeah, we'll see about that. Um,
Definitely.
Next topic. I really love Lenny's poll about the most sexy ideas to come after for founders. So before it was mostly running your own company. But these days, Lenny ran a poll and asked, what is looking better these days? And Anthropic took the first place, meaning that people want to work in Anthropic more than founding one's own company. This gap is not that huge, but the delta between, like the most sort of sexy companies and Anthropic is huge. What about you? Are you rather running your
Yeah,
own company or joining Anthropic?
I mean, I'm for sure running my own company, but I'm super dedicated to it. And come work with Wura, but I'm biased. Yeah, I know it's good to be in the frontier development lab. I mean, that's the coolest research, but also the culture is important. For example, I researched this postdoc, and I really like, they're sharing all the culture. I love the companies that are sharing how the culture looks like inside. Um, so, I mean, that's a combination of, I would say, two most important things. One is the research slash product that you can do, which is exciting, and second is a company culture, the people, how you can feel that you contribute, have fun at work. That's the two most important factors for me.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually, I guess the main sort of angle is that Anthropic is now a most enticing and entertaining place to work at. So if you're a startup or a founder, you need to find your own angle, and not that to compete. If it's early stage, it's really hard to compete. Yeah, right. Because there's, like Mira Murati, who is a CDO of a new AI research company. It is really hard for her company to compete with OpenAI and Meta. They're offering, like you mentioned, these uh, 9 zeros checks, right? You cannot handle this one if you're early, still early.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Right. So next one that I really like, and this is a European Founder Fellowship. And actually, the deadline is already off, was tomorrow, but Conrad has a really cool insight for you. I didn't know about this one before.
Yeah, yeah. When we were preparing the episode yesterday, there is this white Z combinator, all the, for example, Apple Fellowship, very good one. Uh, the one that selects the best individuals, and as you know, the deadline was yesterday night. I submitted it, um, but I was just saying that's a general rule that for applies for all the programs and all the um, competitions, maybe not governmental grants, but please, if you miss the deadline, write to the organizers and submit late. I mean, if you're a competition organizer, you would most probably accept the very motivated person who wrote to you 5 minutes after midnight that you will prepare the submission in the next couple of hours by the morning, and then you send it 2 days later. And I mean, some of the competitions we won actually were submitted after the deadline. and that's including the last one, Gdansk. Uh,
That is so
so
cool. That is a really cool insight because sometimes you can be, like disappointed that you missed something. But actually, for Y Combinator, they are also accepting it on a rolling basis. So if you're
yeah, yeah,
sending later on, you can
they're
just,
honest about it, but some people, yeah, some people
yeah,
are
yeah,
discouraged that they missed the deadline. So ever was yesterday, so you can still, type down to them and, oh no, I missed the deadline. Please accept me.
yeah,
Uh,
that's so true.
the grunge this dropped was the big one in the grunge. Uh, this dropped the start of Battlefield was 3.5 hours ago. It's the big one in San Francisco, so you can still write to the organizers and say, oh no, I'm the outstanding founder. Please consider me.
Sure. All right, then. So let's go to the next thing. And this is a super app by OpenAI. Due to
Yeah,
competition from everyone, they have a new thing.
that's also by the grunge. So they said, the was with WeChat in China that they are um, that they're doing the app for payment, for news, for everything. So that's actually what the OpenAI is considering now. That the grunge shared it in Friday. That's the um, because now when we have the AI tools, we can actually export our context and move to the other one, and people actually do that. That they have the MCP, they upload it to different devices, but actually they might want to log people in. When it would be much difficult to swap, because you will be doing everything in this app. So that's kind of a risky thing. You have to be mindful where do you put your workflows in, right?
Yeah, that's so
What do you
true.
think?
Also, I guess they have to do it at some point because these days Anthropic is biting a huge amount of B2B contracts and working in enterprise, and probably, my guess, no conversation with Sam Altman. But anyways, it looks like a B2C angle for me more than a B2B thing they might be looking at.
Yeah, probably because ChatGPT is like the most known consumer product still.
Exactly. Just a few days ago, I was thinking that I talked to someone about AI and questioning AI, and I caught this thought that I said, I wanted to say, like, ask ChatGPT, even if I haven't used it for half a year. But this first come 2022, the first one to come into the market, it's still sort of somewhere here.
That's what it was a smart move to release it first. I mean, even if
Yeah,
it was not
there's this
perfectly ready.
speculation. Uh, I promise not to go into speculations, but why all the chatbots were released because it was due to competition. Because Claude was about to be released, and OpenAI decided that they need to go faster, as fast as they can. That's why it was live, even if it was not really ready. And Demis of Google these days says that really current AI is not that it was, at least was, not that ready for production yet. But we are running an experiment all together.
Yeah, but it was a successful move for them. I mean, now in the common, like, I mean, in the tech world, most of it people are using Claude or their own agents or their own models, but I mean, regular people were asking for the recipe for the cooking as some kind of easy stuff. I get this conversation, like, I heard, like, young people in the kitchen recently saying that arguing that a couple was like, cook your own meal. Don't ask the ChatGPT all the time. So it's already entering the couple arguments.
Yeah, on the one hand, maybe, but on the other hand, there are people who do not like and do not know how to do things like to cook, like myself. It's a total savior. few years ago, I was doing this party. It was like this Israeli inspired cuisine and stuff. And I had to really Google all the recipes for myself because I'm not a cooking type and stuff. And yeah, as you were saying about profitability and that is successful, can you see my screen now?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, yeah, I found this website about profitability of AI, right? And this is actually Alphabet, right? The spend of it. So we don't know yet, how successful this AI race is, but probably Google might be the winner in this case because others are less on the safe side, I would say. That's why probably they had to talk to the government to get additional funding and the data centers like OpenAI, right?
So
Right.
we're seeing on the spendings on AI and return from AI, right?
Come again?
We are looking at the spendings on AI specifically, right?
Yeah, the spendings and revenue in terms of complete financial, I would say, trustworthiness of this one. This is one person who built this website, and he or she, I guess it doesn't say who it is. So, anyways, they say that this is like the best thing that they can do about the numbers, about anything that we have public. But seeing this, we can see that the main winner is, yeah, this is Nvidia these days. We'll see what comes next.
Definitely,
If it's some evolution like it was before or something else. We'll see about that.
definitely.
All right, then let's go to the next topic. And the next topic, again, we are we're again on models because Microsoft released their MAI models, the new ones, and you can use them for coding. There are separate models for coding, there's separate model for image and for audio as well. So trying it out and Microsoft becoming more independent and using Copilot, of course, is getting probably more efficient. So that's something to try out for sure.
Yeah, so they combined it compared to the lower level, like for simpler tasks than Claude 4.8 is
Yeah,
doing. So it might be much more, you know, money to effect efficiency, right?
exactly. That's where you set up your infrastructure and architecture for something for simpler tasks, other thing for more complicated one. That's where I guess that's where the 5% ROI, like around 5% of pilots in big companies are successful in terms of ROI. My guess that probably they are somewhere there because you're orchestrating everything to set it up properly. And that's not easy. That's why 95% are still not there.
Definitely.
Okay.
I would love to try it. That's why I learned it from you that it's happening. But I would probably put it on July on my, update of AI
Yeah,
day.
we should actually maybe even create a page that is tracking how your company is sort of adopting, and you can share the insights about the ROI mainly, right? Yeah, and as I've already mentioned, the government stakes in AI last week, lots of news about US government entering into AI game and having equity in main AI companies, and they also asked AI companies to provide new models for review. And this is a voluntary one; it's not required, but
Yeah, because I remember they were negotiating 90 days obligatory days for review. The government, but they negotiated it down to 30 days and
yeah,
voluntary.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But actually, I really like the news that you mentioned yesterday as we prepped about Bernie Sanders, right? Will you tell this one?
Yeah, I love this one. I mean, of course, everybody loves Bernie, but uh, this is on my side of the political spectrum. So he proposed that the public should give, because it was the wealth in AI was generated on the public knowledge on a lot of books, a lot of audio, video that was kind of stolen, and generated by people over the years. Maybe a
Yes.
public should have 50% stakes in this company, like they have in some oil companies, or rather, like the even the uses the public um, kind of public or shared knowledge or shared data, shared infrastructure,
Yes.
shared resources. Maybe we should have also a stake in these companies. So I would love it to happen. I mean, to have the companies like Anthropic or OpenAI or X AI to have be governed by the, um, in this case, American public, as
But
the Senate.
there's a twist, right? If it is owned by American government, so many companies and other governments and banks won't be able to use it anymore. So this is when it is really cool to be Mistral, right? On this
Yeah,
super safe, independent side and be the provider, a really independent one. And I guess the
I
main
mean,
thing about this one is that sort of American system is not really social democracy like in Norway. In Norway, this is natural, right? Sharing this natural resources. And I really love this one. It's like my favorite type of governmental running, but it's not for US, obviously. And we'll see. We'll see what happens and if there will be this equity for the
probably
government.
not. That's just, most of the proposals of Bernie Sanders are just, they're good, but they're just for 10% of the extreme left voters.
Yeah, sure, sure. I mean, what they agree on definitely is that government should own a part of it, right? Well, it's 50% for Sanders, but Trump also said that they should invest in companies like this one. But for the government having access to, my context, my data, they already have actually because we are like B2C users from day one probably. But if you're a company, that will be totally different story and you will have to weigh all this balance that it's unreachable in life, I guess. All right, then let's move on. Are we touching the NVIDIA, the personal agent PC? Do you want
I
to
mean,
touch
we
on this one?
can. I
Okay.
mean, because it's like just a short news from
Yes.
that finally Nvidia and Microsoft are touching. I mean, catching up a little bit to Mac. Maybe not like ideal that, but from this release of the new chips by Nvidia and Microsoft, the most important photo for me was from Nvidia CEO, and he said that maybe we need two laptops, one of running my agents and one for real life, and I kind of doubled the market by saying that this sentence that everybody should
Yeah.
have two laptops.
Yeah, like many Mac users have, right? Like so
Yeah,
many people
like
run their open clause on an old laptop, right? And they work on a new one, or they have Mac Mini. So this is basically a solution for majority actually of the users who are not using Macs, right? This is actually really curious. What happens next, and if we need so much stuff?
very good question. Doing so much stuff.
Yeah, that's constant one, right, for human beings. Okay, then I guess we can move on to the framework that I really like about levels of AI maturity and AI ops that you mentioned yesterday. This is really good one and important one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something that I really is kind of practical for me because I like to think that we are, um, implementing the AI tools in us, in our like company. But when it comes to the practical applications, I wanted to show you one um, recommendation. What's the different categorizations of AI intelligence from Ruben Dominguez from AI Corner, and they said that you know there are when you look at the teams, you can either like have the people experimenting with AI, people being more encouraged by the management team, but on the highest level, the whole organization transformed and you reinvent actually the tools themselves. And what I would love to see my organizations to be is that when kind of moving from level 4 to level 5, is that we wanted to put our reinvention rhythm with the water represents. That's what I'm talking about. That the whole organization should be aware what we were using in terms of efficiency and safety. That's why, because even if one person is sharing the company data to Claude, the or the other device, it's already a security kind of decision. So it's illogical for other people not doing that because we cannot lose the efficiency because of security and because it just doesn't make sense. So what I'm saying that aligning of which tools we are using and how in terms of efficiency such security in terms of companies, even small startups, it's not the individual decision. I mean, it's you making decision about the kind of company efficiency and company security, and aligning with other team members is crucial here. So you have to build a structure to allow that. For example, with the AI ops, a person who runs these quarterly updates, right? Or train people how to use these tools.
Yeah, yeah. But this is, I really like this idea we discussed previously when Dan Schipper of Every was interviewed by Lenny's podcast last week, and he told this thing that actually, I guess during the last year, they got completely AI native, so they automated everything. They say in their own words that they live like 6 months in the future. This is probably true in terms of tech and automation. But the number of people, the team grew, and they were 15 of them last year, and now there are 30 of them. So human beings still need to, like you said, decide everything, review everything, guide AI, judge AI. So whether we are in pre-AGI era or not, for now, that's the case.
Eventually, what is very philosophical here, but what the life is for and what the work is for like the life is for living and you need to work with other people and have fun inventing cool stuff with them, playing with that, serving our customers, our users, whoever we served, and have fun along the way. Is what the work is for. I believe that now in this talent war, this one will be one of the most important factors. Can you still have fun at work and invent cool stuff?
I
If
really
you, if you
like
have like
this.
if you have 8 figures or something and you can live with whatever you want and buy whatever car you want, whatever vacations you want, and you're a smart person, the decisive factor is who you work with, do you have fun with work, do you invent cool stuff.
Yeah, that's so true. That's in line with AI companies founders like Elon Musk says. It's that our task for now is to understand where the meaning is. I mean, if AI is coming for all of our jobs, or like majority of it at least, then we need to decide where the meaning and, like you said, joy comes from. Because this is all the life is about, actually, for us. We as human beings are always searching for meaning. That's really hard and fun at the same time.
Definitely, definitely. And you can have fun at work, especially now, it's super cool to develop those tools. I mean, it's super cool to sleep in the night, not sleep, and code and see what's happening, right?
Um, yes and no at the same time. I guess
Yeah, I
for a
know.
short period of time. Otherwise, burnout comes after you, and you know, that's kind of not, we as human beings are not made for this one because we are no machines. But sometimes we think that we are like machines and we want to function like ones, but still we're not. Alrighty.
Definitely.
So I guess that's it for the news today, right? And we'll ask you for any questions, feedback, or we looking to invite guests to our podcast in a few episodes. And if you want to join and you have something truly valuable to share with founders, just check DMs us.
Yes, come share your perspective, come share your knowledge because we are also eager to learn from you guys. And
That's
that's
so
the
true.
fun thing to do. I mean, learn from each other. And that's with, I think we'll still have it even with this era of AI.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I guess, different type of sharing when AI has only sort of only intelligence of human beings. It has this past version of intelligence, but this new version of intelligence, like combining and synthesizing what we have, what AI provides, this is very humane.
It's emerging. For sure, the human connection and being together, physical world, and even the Miram Redis interaction machines wouldn't have it at the moment.
Yeah, I'd love to actually try it out during our podcast, especially how and how it's going to work with us.
Definitely, maybe we should invite AI co-host soon.
Yeah, as soon as they release it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, then. So have a great week. Ask us any questions. Come join us, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks so much, Anna. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.